On the 17th of January 2010, we started from Mysore and reached Shravanabellagola, where there is a temple of Lord Bahubali on the top of a hill. Bahubali, a much revered figure among Jains, was the son of Rishabhnath, the first Tirthankarar of Jainism and the brother of Bharat Chakravartin. He is said to have meditated motionless for a year in a standing posture, and that during this time, climbing plants grew around his legs. After a year of meditation, Bahubali is said to have attained omniscience. The monolithic statue of Bahubali at Shravanabellagola, located 85 kilometers from Mysore, was carved from a single block of granite. It was built in and around 981 AD and is one of the largest freestanding statues in the world. A Jain event, known as Mahamastakabhisheka, attracts devotees from all over the world. The Mahamastakabhisheka festival is held once every 12 years, when the Gomateshwara statue is anointed with milk, saffron, ghee, sugarcane juice, etc. from the top of the statue. The next Abhisheka will be in 2030. There are around 700 steps to climb up, every bit being steep, and some large steps too. The Gomateshwar statue is at the top of the Vindhyagiri hill. The main temple complex houses small statues of other Jain saints and poets. The view from the top is stunning. You can see the city below, along with the huge pond in the center of the city, and also the adjacent Chandragiri hill, which has a monument pond dedicated to Chandragupta Maurya. Then we proceeded to Belur. It was about 90 kilometers from Shravanabellagola. We stayed in Hoysala village resort. On the 18th of January, after breakfast, we went to Chennakeshava temple in Belur. Belur is a small town in Hassan district in the state of Karnataka. The town is renowned for its Chennakeshava temple dedicated to Vishnu, one of the finest examples of Hoysala architecture and the largest Hindu temple complex that has survived from pre-14th century Karnataka Dravida tradition. The Hoysala monuments at Belur and Halebeedu have been proposed as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Belur was the early capital of the Hoysala Empire in the 11th century, before they built Dorasamudra, which is now modern Halebid. In early 12th century, the Hoysala king Vishnuvardhana met the Hindu philosopher Ramanujacharya, famed for his ideas on Sri Vaishnavism. Belur's profile rose thereafter, becoming a Vaishnava temples and monasteries town. It has remained a Vaishnava Hindu pilgrimage center. Chennakeshava Temple is a large Vishnu-related Hoysala Hindu temples complex from the early 12th century. The main temple was originally called the Vijaya Narayana temple, built by the king, which is surrounded by many smaller temples built by a Hoysala queen, generals and merchants of Hoysalas. Some of the most famous sculpted figures in the temples of Belur were Vishnu statue, Madanika with mirror, dancing Madanika, Narsimha avatar, Madanika with parrot, Krishna with gopinis, mother and child, Devi Durga and so many others. Then, next day, on the 19th of January, we proceeded to Hoysaleshwara Temple, Halebeedu. It is 16 kilometers from Belur, was capital of Hoysala after Belur, and it was formerly called as Dwarasamudra. It has another famed collection of Hindu and Jain temples showing 12th century Hoysala architecture and artwork. Halebeedu is home to some of the best examples of Hindu and Jain temples with Hoysala architecture. These show the breadth of Hindu artwork traditions, Shiva, Vishnu, Devi and Vedic deities, fused into the same temple complex, depicted with a diversity of regional heritages, along with inscriptions in scripts from South and North India. The Hindu temples include Jain reliefs in its panel. Similarly, the Jain artwork includes the different Tirthankara as well as a Saraswati within its mandapa. Most notable among the Halebeedu monuments are the ornate Hoysaleshwara Temple, Kedareshwar Temple, Jain Bashti temples, as well as the Hulikia step well. Not only the wall carvings of Hoysaleshwar and Kedareshwar temples are marvelous, the sculptures here are outstanding. Some of them are Vishnu, Narsimha, Lakshmi on the lap of Vishnu, Varaha avatar, Shiva statue, Ramayana panel, etc. Our last destination was Tungabhadra Dam. The Tungabhadra Dam, also known as Pampa Sagar, is constructed across the Tungabhadra River, a tributary of the Krishna River. It is a multi-purpose dam serving irrigation, electricity generation, flood control, etc. The dam creates the biggest reservoir on the Tungabhadra River with 101,000 million cubic feet of gross storage capacity and a water spread area of 378 square kilometers. The dam is 49.39 meters high above its deepest foundation. Then we returned to our hotel in Bangalore.